Alright guys, today I'm going to be showing you episode 2 of our animation series. So, we're leaving off from what we did in episode 1, which is considerably not too much. What we did was we selected a backdrop that has currently no code in it. It's called the Night City with Streets backdrop. And I selected this city bus sprite. And we did this really simple code that if you want you can pause the video and do right now. So what we want to do first is click on File on the very corner and press Save as a copy, and make sure it's called Animation Episode 1 before you do it. And you're going to be left with Animation Episode 1 copy and rename it to Animation Episode 2. Because that's a really good thing to refer back to episode 1. So what we want to do in this video is make it so that the bus doesn't move at all, because what it does right now is it moves a bit and it gets to the end. So what we wanted to do in this video is make it so that it doesn't move at all, but the backdrop is moving. So the first thing we really want to do is drag this repeat until x position is greater than 100, and either throw it in your backpack or just throw it out altogether. It wouldn't matter if you have already made the episode 1 copy. And set the go to x to 0. So if we start it, it starts in the middle and the y position is the same. We want the y position to be same, otherwise it'll just be smack dab in the middle of the air. So what we first want to do is go into we want to make a new sprite, rename it backdrop, and we're gonna leave the costume empty because we are going to go to backdrops. By the way, I selected the paint option. We're going to the stage. We'll go into the backdrops tab, and you see the night city with streets backdrop. What we want to do is drag it into the backdrop sprite. As you can see, our bus disappeared, but that is not right now a problem. And just for safety, grab the night city backdrop itself and throw it into the backdrop sprite as well. And we want to select the night city with streets one right now. So the first thing we're going to do in the backdrop sprite is go to events and grab a when green flag clicked. Now we want to do a basic thing that goes on with a backdrop and go to XY00. But for the purposes of scrolling, we want to set it so that it goes to X 465. Because if you try and scroll it to the maximum X position it can go to the very corner is 465. And you'll see why we need it to be there. And after this, you want to duplicate it and you'll have backdrop 2. And if you want, rename backdrop to backdrop 1. And if you want to see what happens right now, when you press the green flag, one sprite goes over here, but the other doesn't, because both of them actually go there. The reason you can't notice it is because the backdrop is still showing. So if you still have the backdrop 1 backdrop, select that, and you'll see both of them are at the very edge. So we want one of them to be in the middle and one of them to be at the very edge. So in backdrop 2, make it so that it is go to X0, Y0. So when we click the green flag, it looks pretty much normal. And If you are painting your own sprite, make sure that the end transitions perfectly with the beginning, so it would look a bit more nicer. And once you've made this, you want to go back into backdrop 1, grab a forever loop from the control section, and put it right under the go to XY. Go to motion, scroll down, grab a change X by block, and set it to change X by -10. And go to control again, grab an if statement, go to operators, get an equals operator, and what you want to do is go back to motion, scroll down, find this circular block that has exposition written on it and put in the first section of the equals operator and set the second part of the equals operator to -465. So we're detecting, once it has moved all the way to the edge, we're detecting if it has reached to the very, very edge, which is -465. And if that has happened, we basically just copy the go to X, Y block and from the beginning and put it in here. So go to X 465 Y 0. So if you want to see what happens, I'll hide backdrop 2 because backdrop 1 has the code in it. And if I click the green flag, you'll see it scrolls. Once it reaches to the very edge, it goes back and it keeps on going. So what we want it to do is so that backdrop 2 has the very same script. So go to backdrop 2, remember the go to the when green flag click go to XY00, drag the go to XY00 and throw away the when green flag clicked. And drag the when green flag clicked from the backdrop 1 into backdrop 2. So you'll have it in backdrop 2. Separate the forever loop, grab the go to 465 go to X 465 Y0 block, throw it out, and replace it with the go to XY00. So it does the same thing, and when we start it, you see it's repeating. And to bring the bus back, pretty simple. Just go to the looks tab in the city bus, grab a go to front layer and click it without even putting it inside of any scripts. Just simply click it. And if you want, put in the when green flag clicked. So when we start the project, it looks like the bus is moving almost forever. Now, do you see that little blinking that happens ever so often? Well, there isn't much we can do about that except click back into the stage. If you still have it on, the backdrop 1 is still there. So what I suggest you doing is either deleting it or just selecting back to the night city with streets. What this does is so that even if it does blink, you still basically see, you don't really notice it unless you're really looking for it. So this was a short way on how to make a scrolling background. We will add a ton of like timers and detecting when it comes nighttime and stuff like that in episode 3. Might be longer than 10 minutes, who knows? But that's all for the video. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe as it doesn't take too long and I do really appreciate it. That's all for the video. See ya.